Hey 143 fam, I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell for notifications. If you would like to be considered for a free reading this month, make sure you subscribe, leave me a comment below your video, and I will alert winners at the very end of the month. If you would like to double your chances to win, make sure you follow me on Instagram as well at UrbanSoulGuru. All of my contact information, website, Instagram is in the box below. Now let's take a look at love and see what's in store for the rest of the month. Hey Taurus, this reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising in Love, August 15th through the end of the month. Taurus in Love, August 15th through the end of the month. Taurus in Love, August 15th. Through the ends of the month. Okay, Taurus, I've got you guys. First message. If separations shook you, new love on the back end of this will be even greater. If you're in a committed relationship, the harder the struggles you and your partner have gone through or have been going through, the better the resolution, the stronger you move on from this together, okay? So there is this fresh, you should be feeling this like fresh revival of energy in a sense. This is really, I want to say lighthearted, but it's more than that. It's gifted. It's like this gifted energy to you, Taurus. That's the way it comes through. It's like universe is recognizing, not even just a universe, I'm even feeling some gifts from ancestors and some family who passed away looking over you, really gifting you, putting you in alignment with people who are higher vibing and who you're more compatible with, really knowing, and you should feel peace really knowing that you're not alone. Okay, that you do have some angels, some guardian angels overseeing events coming up over the next couple of weeks, and honestly in the couple of months ahead, but you're going to feel the shift over the next 2 weeks. So the harder love shook you, the harder those separations were for you, the better the result. Okay, so let's get a little bit more clarity on this, Taurus. Taurus in love. You should be feeling good. This honestly feels I want to say like a breath of fresh air, and you're not the only sign I felt that for. So there's definitely this collective sense of a weight being lifted, but for you, Taurus, it comes through a little bit different. It's like the weight's been lifted, but now you're being gifted with something that's just, it's almost like instantly healing. You step into new love, and it's like you never look back. It's something so grand and such a much better place, a much more fulfilling stage of life and in love, that you would naturally let go of all attachments because they wouldn't serve you. They wouldn't even be a pull for you anymore. First card out is wedding. I think for some of you in committed relationships, sorry, there's sirens in the background. For some of you in committed relationships, it feels like you guys have really been through the ringer. And there may have been some separations, and there may have been some reconciliations. If you've gotten back together with a spouse or a partner you've been with for a very long time, you guys really just seem like it's forward motion from here. I don't see any further separations. If you had the courage to do work individually and then come back together and work on things as a couple, you guys are really in it. Like, you guys are really in it, but it's a new experience for you. This really is a different kind of a beginning. If you've been in a relationship long enough with your partner, you may have had multiple new beginnings, right? I think that's natural as we evolve in relationships, but this is a different one. This isn't going to feel like a beginning that you've had in the past. This is going to feel like a brand new phase of something together, but I'm just hearing the word strength. So if you felt like there were weaknesses in a partnership in the past, you guys separated and you come back together, you rebuilt stronger. Your foundation is stronger now. So please have some peace moving forward. For others of you, this is the type of commitment that's coming in. Something that is this high vibing. Somebody that you will be able to stand side by side with in life, a partner who really has your back, like through thick and through thin. You can go through separation and get back together and you rebuild stronger. It's that kind of a partnership I see Taurus really stepping into now, and that might be brand new. That may not be an experience you've had before, Taurus. So if you're single, let that sink in for a minute. Is that the kind of partner you want? Do you want somebody strong enough to go through life with you, like real life, that good shit, but that bad shit too. That's who this person is. This is who feels like is coming through for you. If you're single, you're very much in alignment with that energy now. No, a new person coming through. I'm going to hold these up. So I feel like some of you who are single are like, I don't believe it. This is what's coming in for you, Taurus. This is what's coming in for you. This is very close. I'm hearing Virgo season, but we step into Virgo season at the end of the month, okay? It's like a door opens for you, and this doesn't have to come in quickly, but you're definitely going to feel the energy of it coming quickly. There's a shift, and I think the shift is that you don't want to have attachments to the past. You value having a partner that has that kind of strength and loyalty that you show up with. In any relationship, whether they're friendships or work partnerships, but you show up like that in love, and you're grounded. When Taurus loves, Taurus loves. You guys are very grounded, you're very loyal, and Taurus wants that back now, right? Are you done with the partners who have you walking on eggshells and you're not sure where you stand? Or, you know, you guys can be on top of the world together, but what happens when you crash a little bit? What happens when life gets real? How about those partners who weren't strong enough to stick it out with you? You're done, but you feel peaceful in that. Like, this doesn't come from a reactive place or a revengeful place. You feel at peace right now, Taurus. And I'm going to be honest with you. Our readings didn't feel quite this peaceful in the past. They felt more empowered. But it feels like you guys are sitting in a place of peace. It's going to be a lot easier for you to manifest this high level love from that place of peace. Okay, following this is romantic feelings. So you're calling in somebody new. There's mutual feelings here. And where are you guys headed? To this kind of commitment. I'm telling you, I'm feeling some resistance from my single Taurus out there. But look, this is right around the corner for you. This is so much closer than you realize. Universe is trying to gift you. Family members who are looking over you and your family at this time, they're aligning you with solid partners. I'm also going to put this out there. This has been coming up pretty strongly for several signs. Some of you are attracting friendships on this level. So you and your partner may be totally solid, everything's good, you weren't having separations. But if that's the case, there's a very high likelihood, Taurus, that you are going through these ups and downs with friendships that just like wouldn't stand the test of time. You'll be calling in soul family. And that soul tie, that enthusiasm, that friendship that you're enthusiastic about, those feelings will be mutual. They may not be romantic feelings, but they will be as excited to have called you in as you are to have called them into your life, okay? So there's definitely crossover for a lot of the signs with friendships that are soul family. But you know what? That's just as important. We need that. We need to have our soul family and our friends to have healthy partnerships in love. It's how it all balances out. Look at this. Okay? All right. I'm hoping you're believing me a little bit more. Now for my singles out there. Okay, clarifying wedding is this could be the one. Do you see who's showing up for you? Do you see who's already in your life? If you feel like you've already turned that page. If you met a new partner, especially if it was on the heels of a breakup that just rocked you, you may not trust yourself in terms of calling in somebody new and it lasting long term. You may not trust that the feelings are mutual. You may be feeling this energy, but not really knowing if it's legit. It's legit, Taurus. You guys are aligning with seriously awesome people, soul family, high level soulmate love. You are calling this in now. For those of you in committed relationships, this is why you guys are so strong, because they are the one, because you guys already have these commitments in place. You know, you are standing by those vows you made when you got married. You guys are just like killing it now, like in the best way. You have your ride or die. I am excited. Like my body feels like it's burning up when I'm talking about this love. That's how powerful it is. But that also speaks to the passion you have for one another. So if you felt like there's a lack of physical chemistry, and for some of you it's a lack of time to physically connect, because I do think many of you have been very busy, you're getting it back. It's like that passion from the inside out. I want to show you center other reading. Okay, this always comes through as new love. If it's not new love for you, it's depth. It's conversations with depth. You're getting to know each other on a much deeper level. Your connection deepens. This is just beautiful across the board. But for most of you, this is new love, okay? Center of your reading, clarified by flirt. Okay, you're having fun, you're flirtatious, and you're showing your true colors, and you're honoring them. Like, I'm getting this sort of attitude from Taurus, like, if you don't like all of me, then just step out. Like, Taurus, you're just not trying to make people like you. It's like, you take me as I am, or goodbye, I will replace you with somebody better. It's like, but it comes through very empowered. It's more empowered than ego, and you need that. I think that you need to step into that energy a little bit, because there may have been people who had you walking on eggshells, and you couldn't show all your true colors. You couldn't be your full self. I really feel like there are some people in your past, Taurus, that dimmed your shine. You feel a little afraid. If you're single, you feel a little bit afraid of moving forward to new commitment, because you know that when you love really hard. And if you can prevent yourself from getting hurt again, you'd rather do that. But you know what, Taurus? I get that. I've been there. We all have. But this feels fated for you. You can resist this if you want, but for some of you, the more you resist it, the more this partner's going to want you. And they're just going to keep fighting for you. And I think when you see that, when you see somebody show up ready to fight for you, fight with you, maybe it's the first argument you've ever had in a new relationship, and you see that you guys can resolve that conflict maturely in a very evolved manner, I'm telling you that bond deepens. But there's flirtation here. There is passion. This is more than just a little bit of flirtatious energy. This is passion. This is just like really heated, all over each other passion, but it's fun. You're in love. You are in love. You feel like you're in love. Whether you want to acknowledge that or not right now, Taurus, I'm excited for you because you deserve this. I know somebody has hurt you. I know that you guys have gone through some major separations. There have been some major disappointments and heartbreaks. This is your gift. This is universe showing up. All that good karma you have out there showing up in the form of a love who is ready to love you the right way. So stay in alignment with that energy over the next 2 weeks. I'm telling you, something about stepping into Virgo season for you feels particularly blessed, Taurus. This feels intense. Like, I'm literally heating up, tapping into this energy, and I'm excited for you. It feels like life force energy, you know? You may be feeling extra creative as well, but creativity and that sexual energy, same chakra, okay? So don't be surprised if that's a little bit more intense, but enjoy it. It feels like you need it. It feels like you deserve this, okay? Romantic feelings clarified by attraction. This is where you're at. You're attractive, your partner's attractive, that physical chemistry, that intellectual chemistry. I'm hearing spiritual chemistry. It's like you're checking off all the boxes. If you have had any issue with chemistry or physical intimacy, I'm telling you, it's done. You are not having an issue with this. If anything, it's the complete opposite. But your partner needs it too. So if you're feeling like there's a little bit of a disconnect, communicate with your partner, Taurus. Whether it's a new relationship or a relationship you've been in for a long time, communicate to your partner that you want a little bit more of a connection, especially if you've been working too hard or they've been working too hard. You guys haven't been balancing necessarily work in your private life equally. Make sure you communicate about it. That depth is going to reconnect you to that passion and that intimacy. It feels like your partner may really need that to be resolved too. It's not like they're okay with not having that alone time with you. I know as a Taurus, you need that as a part of your relationship, but trust me, your partner wants that too. They're still very attracted to you. There are no issues here with lack of attraction or unrequited love. The unrequited love energy, that's all past tense now, okay? Crowning the reading, and this is perfect. My singles, you know I love you. I'm not judging you. I understand. I understand the resistance because I know what Taurus has gone through. I know what you guys have gone through. But you deserve great love. You love passionately and with so much loyalty, with so much kindness and passion and romance. You deserve it back. Crowning your reading is trust. Trust in this process. Trust that you not only deserve it, but trust that this person is way closer than you think. Way closer than you think. For some of you, this person will show up and they're going to stay for the long term. This person really feels like they'll go the distance with you. For those of you calling in new friends, Honor that. Honor how special that is. So call in friends that really want to stick around for the long run, okay? Especially for those of you who have that turnover every couple of years, or friends who've disappointed you. I'm telling you, it's all about soul family right now. Trust it. Bottom of the deck. Okay, we have children. We have release your ex. Okay, we do this work, this inner child work, releasing ex, cleansing old energies, which it feels like you guys are doing a phenomenal job with. You get here, this chemistry, this passion, okay? I also feel like new partners for those of you who have children. We'll be calling in somebody really great for your kids. You may actually call in a partner with children, and you'll be really great with their kids, okay? This feels really blessed for children as well, but I'm definitely getting inner child more than anything with this card. I'm channeling inner child. So continue working on inner child, especially if you have resistance to new love. Resistance to whether it's new love or new friends, new people showing up. Work on that. Work on that. You know that your intuition is intact now. You know you've been put through the ringer, but you're not going through it anymore. You don't just have to survive. Allow yourself to live now. Allow yourself to step back into that flow of joy. You deserve it, Taurus. You deserve it, okay? For those of you in committed relationships, okay, message here with children. For those of you in committed relationships, if you've been arguing a little bit, your kids have been hearing it. I know this is kind of a random message. This doesn't apply to all of you. If you've been arguing and going through a hard time, your kids may have overheard some of that arguing, and you may think that they were oblivious to it. They weren't. You guys getting back together or resolving issues again, moving ahead stronger. Allow your kids to come into those healthy conversations so they know that things have been resolved. Like, communicate with your kids, even if they're little. It feels like there are some children who overheard some things in some arguments, and your kids may have absorbed some of that energy, especially if you feel like your kids tend to be particularly sensitive or they're empaths. Okay, they may have absorbed some of that energy. So sit down and talk to them. Or you may have some children in the mix who may still be suffering because you've separated from their parent. So make sure you're openly communicating with kids. This definitely speaks to having conversations with your children too, regardless of their age, because they may have picked up on something and they may be struggling with something that that you don't know about, you don't realize impacted them, and it did. And it's not like hardcore, it's nothing to be terribly concerned about, but it's just a little bit of a message coming through for those of you who that applies to speak to your kids. But otherwise, for those of you in committed relationships, I'm telling you, you guys are like on solid ground, and you may not have been on solid ground for a long time. It's going to resolve. These next 2 weeks are going to be a big game changer for you, okay? Taurus, I love you guys. If you feel like you need more clarity, reach out to me for private readings. I'm available for energy healing, which I specialize in. If you feel like you need it, reach out. I will be back September 1st for your full month of September reading. In the meantime, I'm sending you so much love, light, gratitude. I'll see you back here soon. Ciao.